How's it going, party people? My name is DJ Killer Keemstar. Back at it again with another drama alert.
Yo, everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigger. Just type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigger. Fucking. Fuck.
You read the fucking title, right? You know what you're here for. You know what you're in for. You're in for a right ass pounding. You're in for the whole shebang. You're in to have your asshole look like a Japanese flag. And no, I'm not on about the recent one. I'm on about the rising sun flag they had in World War II, right? I'm talking blood gushing out of your fucking asshole, right? I'm not going to cover any of the story or any of the lore because no one gives a fuck. And you really just want to hear, is the game good? Do you like the gameplay? Did it make you really hard? Is the main character hot? Is there any good porn of her? If so, artist, links, you know, etc., etc. So, no, the main character isn't that hot, although there's a pretty hot character at one point in the game, and she's a mainstay for most of it, but other than that,
Hello, Metro on Heavy.
But what you care about is the gameplay. Is the gameplay fun? And yeah, I wouldn't have sticked with it if the gameplay wasn't at least fun. I would have probably traded it in at CEX for £3 store credit or 50 pence cash. I'm gonna be real. In the game there are weapons. There are 5 in total, and weapons are nice. I like the fact that you get different weapons and they all play differently, which is awesome. That's really cool. It's way better than the stances from the original game. But the issue lies in the fact that every weapon is used against another different weapon, except the katana. Katana goes against katana, which leads to katana duels, which is actually quite cool. But the issue with this is you only ever use a weapon against one specific class of enemy, and varying it up is heavily impeded because you do way less stance damage, and stance damage is basically the only way to hit an enemy, because if you don't break the stance, they'll just parry all of your attacks, and it's fucking annoying, which sucks, because having all these weapons is really cool. But I can sympathise with them to a certain extent, because it cuts down on development time a fuck ton, only having to develop for a couple different weapons. Like, say, you only have to make the katana good against the katana and not any other weapon, really. So, you just make it dog shit against everything else. So that makes it way easier on you, as a developer, than making all the weapons work against each other. It sucks, because it's just a glorified version of the stances in the first game, but with slightly more flair, and it looks better on advertisements and stuff. And the weapons are cool. I really like all the weapons, especially the Kurosama, which you use against shields. But the issue is, the shields always break. And if it's a normal enemy, the shield breaks, and because when the shield breaks, the stance also breaks. You just hit them a couple times, and then they die. But if it's a boss, you break the shield, you hit them a couple times, and they just switch weapon. It sucks. Where this game really excels is the one-on-one duels, which are completely different from the group encounters, and are the same as the bosses, which I was briefly mentioning earlier. And they're really fun. They're the best part of the game, and as they should. Like, bosses should be a fun part of the game that you look forward to, and they are. I can genuinely say wholeheartedly, the best part of this game are the bosses and the one-on-one duels, which there are a plentiful amount of. You will not be disappointed with the amount of duels in this game. There are a fuck ton. Ugh, sorry, I just burped. The progress in your fight saves, which means if you don't die, it's a really tense and immersive fight, and it's challenging. It's genuinely challenging to not die during one of these encounters, because they are quite hard. If you do it completely deathless in between all the cutscenes and stuff, it's hard. It's hard, I'll admit, it's hard. But because there's so many saves between all the cutscenes and stuff, it always just ends up impeding the boss fight. I mean, sure, it's very cinematic and it's very, this is very cool. I really like it when it pushes the gameplay and it's like, I will kill you, Sekiro. Sure, cutscenes can be cool, but when it pauses the gameplay and it's like, I'm going to beat you, no, I will beat you, and it's in the middle of a boss fight. Like, you shouldn't really do that. That's something you should use occasionally, and they do it a lot in Sony games, and it always ends up having checkpoints in the fight, and checkpoints in a boss fight, like, I think what's wrong with this game is that I'm looking for the wrong kind of game, but some of the pieces are there for it to be the kind of game I'm looking for, which is essentially a spiritual successor to Sekiro. And it has all the parrying. The parrying feels really sweet and stuff, and the stance breaking feels satisfying and nice, and stuff like that. But like, my issue with the weapons and you not being able to use the weapons when you want to and only against very specific enemies, and the fact that the bosses are just really easy. Like, there was never a point where I was fighting a boss and I had to genuinely just take a minute because it was really hard or something. I mean, the explorations, okay, it serves a better purpose than most other open world games, and I did find myself actually enjoying exploring as a good part of the game. And it has better exploration than most of the games. And if you like a game where you can explore and stuff, here's your game. It's good, it's pretty, and it's got combat that will satiate you. This game being a 6 out of 10 in my eyes is basically like an 8 out of 10 in a normal gamer's eyes, because they haven't played as much as me, is what a pretentious man would say. And I'm probably quite pretentious. It's just, I'm so pretentious I'm not aware of it. It's it's like Schrodinger's pretentious, right? So basically, the game's fine, the exploration's good, the combat's... I have my issues with it, but at its core, it's good. But I think I'm looking for the wrong kind of game, and for some reason I beat it. Call me a madman. Maybe I'm just like that image of that guy running after Japan, because I do like samurai. I like the kind of thing. So yeah, my final score for the game is... I mean it's alright, like... Overrated as fuck, in my opinion. You know, I mean... That's how, and you know what, though? That's typically how the bullshit goes, you feel me? If you've played the original and you really like the original, knock yourself out. If you liked God of War Ragnarok or the original God of War, knock yourself out. This game will be great. I think it's on PC. I'm not sure. I haven't checked because I don't care. But if it is on PC and you have infinite wealth and you have no games to play at the minute, which you definitely don't. Like, you definitely have games you can play. You probably have a Steam library rotting full of games that you haven't played, if you're anything like me, or anyone else I know. Just Steam library full of games, royal flush, fucking games out the wazoo, and you're just like, 80% off, random single player game I heard was good once. I think I'll buy it so I can have never played my Steam library. Like, it's good. It's, at the end of the day, it's someone else's 8 out of 10 and my 6 out of 10. That's the best thing I can say about it. Yeah.